Okay, so let's recap a little bit. Okay, so what is a 7 in writing? Okay, so a 7 in writing is a writing that is organized. Okay, meaning that has the amount of paragraphs that an essay should have. Okay, is a writing that flows well. Okay, is a writing that has cohesive devices. Okay, and to have these cohesive devices, let's come down to grammar again. You also need complex sentences. All right, what is a complex sentence, Fabi? It's a sentence that doesn't only have subject and verb. It has two parts. That's a complex sentence, okay? That's what you need if you want a 7+, okay? So when you have these complex sentences, you need the cohesive devices. You can't have complex sentences without the cohesive devices, so they go together, you see? So then when you think about that, so the cohesive devices will help you with the grammar too, all right? So you have both, all right? And then you're gonna get a great score if you manage to do that, okay? So when it comes to vocabulary, all right, when it comes to vocabulary, we need more academic words, we need more sophisticated words, we need less common words, okay? And we also need collocations. Collocations are words that go together, okay? And my suggestion is practice these words, use the words that you're confident, okay, about using. Just because if you make a mistake, maybe then you're not gonna get a very good score, unfortunately. All right, and the grammar, okay, guys? So yeah, so as I said before, I think that the grammar is the thing that's stopping a lot of people. That's why in these lives, I devote full lives to grammar, okay? Actually, on Wednesday, we'll be talking about the passive, okay? Which, because yeah, the passive will definitely help you with your 7, all right? And it will help you also express yourself a little bit better. And oh my God, I see so many people try to use it and making so many mistakes. So if you try to use it, guys, it's a 6.5. But if you use it correctly, you are a 7. That's why I think it's important to take the time and revise a few things, okay? Look, guys, I've been helping people who are actually quite fluent in English, but never studied grammar. And now they can't get the 7 just because they never studied grammar. Okay, and now they need it. They're fluent, they can communicate very well. They make a mistake here and there, but when it comes down to writing, they can't quite express themselves. And when they do, they make a lot of grammar mistakes in writing and they can't get the 7. So that's why sometimes it's a good idea to step back, okay, and focus on your grammar. Okay, because that's what's stopping a lot of people from getting the 7. Okay. All right, cool. So, okay. So, I gave you a lot of information, right? So there are lots of things that you need to do to get your 7, okay? So, but you ask me now, Fabi, that's too much. It is, but a 7 is a high score, okay? But it's totally possible if you follow the steps, if you do the things I just mentioned, okay? So what I think you should do now, I think that you should use everything I told you today, okay? Write everything down and use it as a checklist, okay? So know that if you have all the things I told you today, you are likely to get a 7 in writing, okay? So I'm gonna tell you everything again and you can take notes, okay? So to get a 7+ in writing, number 1, you need a good structure, okay? What I mean by a good structure, I mean the right amount of paragraphs, okay? And you need organization. Okay, that's the first step. Then you need cohesive devices. Okay, so structure, number 1, cohesive devices, number 2. What are the cohesive devices? That's however, even though, all of these things. Okay, so that's what you need. All right. Then, okay, the next thing you need is good vocabulary. By good vocabulary, I mean, so maybe you can have different sections. So you can have vocabulary, meaning academic vocabulary should be part of your checklist. Sophisticated vocabulary should be part of your checklist. And good collocations should be part of your checklist. All right, so maybe you could have like under vocabulary, you should have all of these three, okay? The next item on the checklist should be grammar. And again, guys, a lot of people can get the 7 just because they make too many grammar mistakes. All right, so when it comes to grammar, it's, are you choosing the right grammar and are you using it accurately? This could be one item on your checklist, okay? Then the next thing should be the grammar that you're using. So I believe a lot in passive. So passive is very, very important, okay? And also the grammar of the cohesive devices. Okay, so that's something else that I think it's important, okay? So what do you have? You have like 4 items on your list. Okay, guys, so you have 4 items on your list. And under vocabulary, you have about 3. And then under grammar, you have about 3. Okay, guys? So feel free to pause it, go back and watch again, okay? But then once you have this checklist, okay, now you ask me, Fabi, how do I do that? Okay, so just get a writing that you've done recently, okay? Look at your writing and look at the checklist. Do you have everything I told you need? Okay, so that's something to think about, all right? But of course, sometimes it's really hard to know if we have what we think we have. So you look at it and you go, oh my God, I have no idea. Or you look at it and go, I think I have everything. And then someone else looks at it and said, no, you don't, okay? So my advice to you is, if you are the kind of person who can't quite analyze your own writing, ask for someone help, okay? Ask a professional to look at your writing for you. And then maybe tell the professional, say, hey, do I have this? Yes or no? Do I have that? Yes or no? Okay, so with my students, we work a lot with checklists, okay? So I tell them, like I'm telling you right now, okay? So I tell them what we need, and then they do the writing, and then we check if they have it or not, okay? Because honestly, guys, if you don't have all of these things I talked about today, you are not likely to get the 7+, all right? And I think it really pays off to get someone to check your writing for you, okay? Just to make sure you have everything, just to make sure you are on the right track to get your 7+.